Hi! So, I am so glad you guys are watching this. I just wanted to make a quick video telling you what's going on because it would be a lot to write down. There's just been so much happening, and it's just easier for me to tell you over video. So, what is happening is I've been a part of a ministry called Circuit Riders for a year now. About a year ago, the Lord, crazy thing, like, gave me this dream that I was leading worship, and all these young people were in the room worshiping. We were just singing this chorus over and over and over again, and these waves just like came over the room, and they all just fell to the floor. And as soon as we were done, they jumped up and ran out the doors. And so I had that dream, and it was really crazy. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? And it came in a time in my life when I had to quit my job because I had a really bad back injury, was in a ton of pain, just really not sure what the Lord wanted me to do with my life. I just felt like door after door after door was closing. Wasn't even getting to lead worship, which was like my biggest passion in life. Um, so that dream came, and I kind of crazy. I was like, okay, Lord, like, what does that mean? Nothing happened. A couple weeks went by. My friend sent me a link to a YouTube video from Circuit Riders. They had just released their two songs for the album that was coming out, and this video was one of the songs. And so I listened to the song. When the chorus hit, I was like, I've heard this chorus before. And the chorus that they were singing in their song was the chorus I had sang in my dream a couple weeks earlier. And I'd never heard the song before. It wasn't even released when I had my dream. So after I pulled myself off the floor, I was like, okay, I don't know who these people are. I have to look them up. I looked them up. I applied for their summer school that was a month long. It's called 21 Project. Before even knowing what it was, what Circuit Riders did, I didn't really know what the ministry was. I just knew it was kind of through YWAM, and I knew what YWAM was, so I was like, all right, I'm doing this. So after I found out that it's based in California, so I went to California. 2 months later, the Lord provided all the money. I literally started with 20 cents in my account. My plane ticket was paid for. All the money was provided. It's crazy. 2 weeks into 21 Project, the Lord told me that I was going to be moving there to do this full time. So I am now a part of YWAM. I just finished my first year. I did a DTS. If you don't know what YWAM is, YWAM stands for Youth with a Mission. It's one of the biggest youth missions organizations in the world. They have DTSs and schools all over the U.S., all over the world, almost in every single country. And so I never thought I'd be a part of YWAM. My dad has taught for YWAM. They've been a part of YWAM. I grew up going to the mission base in St. Croix and St. Kitts. That was a YWAM base. But I had worked in church. I'd gone to Bible school. It wasn't my plan to do full-time missions. But the Lord called me to do Circuit Riders. And so what Circuit Riders is a group that was through YWAM. They felt like the Lord called them to come to California and to He gave them this vision and this word, a group of people, and they all had the same kind of word spoken over them, that there would be a second Jesus movement through the college campus. It would come from the college campuses, and it would be sparked by fiery-eyed revivalists crisscrossing the nation, preaching the gospel, sharing His love, and training the young adults to go out. And from that, a revival was going to spark and send 200,000 college students to the mission field and 80 million souls saved. So I know those are big numbers. It's a big thing. They literally packed up and just moved to California, and that's all they had. They were like, all right, Lord gave us this word, we're doing it. And so now 5 years later, that has sparked into what is now a DTS through YWAM. So there is a full-time staff working in Huntington Beach. That's where we're based out of. And our whole ministry is for high school and college campuses. So we have 4 months of training in Huntington Beach. We have crazy speakers flying from all over the place, and we all have community housing in Huntington Beach. So we get trained, we get leadership training, gospel training. We practice on writing sermons. We also have tracks. So we have music track, we have leadership track, we have media track. We have a Maverick track, which is for business-minded people as well. So we're training in all this as well with music. We're working on music the whole time. We're traveling to campuses leading worship. We're writing our own stuff. We're songwriting and doing all that. And then, so for 4 months, we go on the road and we travel from campus to campus to campus to campus for 4 months straight. And the awesome thing about this is like we get to go and preach the gospel, but we go ourselves. Like we come, we pay our way. So that's why I'm doing this, is because we're all full-time missionaries. We don't work a job. This is our full-time job, but we don't get paid. So we have to raise support for housing, for our travel. We take our own cars. We pay for our own gas. We pay for our own food, and then we pay for the facilities to host the events on the college campuses. So every year God has provided all the money that's needed for our music equipment as well. So what tour kind of looks like is we go, we arrive on a campus in the morning, we pray, intercede for the campus, and then we hit the campus, we talk to people, we invite them to the event, do outreach all day on campus, and then at night we lead worship, we do a night of worship, someone speaks, we pray for the students, we go hang out with the students afterwards. The next morning we get back up, we do one-on-one meetings with the students, we do training sessions with some of the leadership, just pretty much whatever that campus needs, whatever the students want, we are there to like just be with them for the day. That night we do gospel training, so we just have them practically preach the gospel to each other, like practice. Here's 2 minutes, tell us about Jesus. And those have been so incredible because some of the students have never actually just shared their faith with people they know or just a total stranger on their campus. So we just want to train students to be missionaries on their campus and wherever they go. They don't have to be full-time missionaries to tell people about Jesus. So that's what we want to empower them to do that. And then the next day we go out with them and we evangelize all over their college campus. And guys, it's so cool. I don't have time to share all the testimonies that happened on campuses because it would be like an hour-long video. But we were seeing salvations every day. We were seeing people physically healed from broken bones. A girl got out of a wheelchair. A guy with a deaf ear was open during worship one night. Just testimony after testimony after testimony of stuff like that happening, guys. Like people being set free from depression and suicide. Like I talked to one girl and she literally told the Lord, or like she just prayed to God, if you're real, like I have to know or I'm ending my life this week. And I met her. She just highlighted me. I went and talked to her. I invited her to the event, prayed over her. She got set free from depression, thoughts of suicide. She had been raped and molested as a child, like just dealing with all this crazy stuff, and literally got set free from that. Like you could see a physical difference in her face, like after, like in the next couple of days, and I still keep in touch with her now. For me personally, I was a worship leader on tour, and so I led a band. We traveled through 7 different states to hunt, like tons of campuses. I can't even tell you which all ones we went to, but that was so incredible. And like I'm just getting to do what I felt called to my whole life, but I'm doing way more than I ever thought I would. I'm not only leading worship, but now I'm discipling and mentoring girls all over the U.S. I'm doing Skype calls. That was one of my favorite things, was getting to meet with the girls the next day and pray with them and just encourage them and talk to them. Like I never felt like I had much to say, but I don't know, the Lord's just been working in me with that. I've been speaking. We had open doors with sorority houses. We're doing Bible studies in sorority houses. Girls are getting saved in the middle of their living rooms in their sorority houses. So awesome. I'm also connecting a lot with the AIA clubs on campuses, which is all the athletes in action. Got to pray for a ton of different, like huge athletes, like college athletes that you guys would know. We got to pray with them. They were getting healed of shoulder injuries, knee injuries, neck pain. Like they were getting completely healed and in front of their entire team, like witnessing it. So that is just a little bit of what's been happening this next year too. Not only will I be in California doing outreach, doing the tour, we're going international, so I have the opportunity to travel to Prague, Brazil, a couple others, but those are the 2 main ones. So just I just can't even tell you how much the Lord has just been so good and so faithful through all of this. Some people just don't understand like what we're doing or why we're doing it. But guys, like it's the the statistics are that in most college campuses in America, less than 5% of students are involved in a Christian organization or club or even claim to be Christian during college. In the big main cities in America, with the big statewide campuses, less than 1% of students are part of a Christian organization or say that they're Christian. And it has just been so incredible to see just how open students are. Like, I really didn't know that they would be so, I just didn't think they would be so receptive. But guys, like, college students are just, everybody kind of goes, well, let them get them out of their system, like, they're not going to listen to you. But they are so receptive. College students are just longing to be loved. They're just looking for something. So that's why I love what we're doing. And so what I'm asking is if you would partner with me for this next year, at least. I'm doing this full-time. I don't know how many years I'm going to be in full-time missions. It may be the rest of my life. It may be just for like the next 5 years or 2 years. I don't know, but all I know right now is this next year, I would love if you could commit to partnering with me for monthly support, just to help cover our living expenses, car, gas, food, just all the necessary necessities of life, like, that you need on a day-to-day. So I'm just really believing that the Lord is just going to bring all of this together. But it's going to start in July. I have a nonprofit page. The link is going to be below. It is tax deductible, and it's super easy. YWAM set this up for all of the missionaries around the world that need to raise support, because there's so many of us. So it's very trustworthy. It's very safe, I promise. A lot of people like to send checks, but this way you don't have to remember to send a check, because I'm not able to remind every individual person to, like, hey, could you remember to send the check when you, like, said you would? Plus, I hate doing that, and I hate asking for money, so this is also a stretch for me, too. I'm really having to trust God in this process the whole way. But you can fill out when you want to give, how much you want to give a month. To be able to cover all the finances I have, I need $1,000 a month for the next year, which is a lot. But it's also, living expenses in California are crazy, and everything else, like our traveling and stuff like that. But that, I would at least need 20 people to give at $50 a month for the year. So there's options. You can set up what day it's going to be taken out of your account. It goes, you fill out your information, it takes it directly out of your account, so you just fill it out once, you don't have to worry about it again. Say something changes and you can't give anymore, or you need to lessen or give more, you can go in at any time and change any of that. There's no, like, you sign up and you don't get to change it ever. Like, if you sign up and then a couple months down the road something happens, you can change it. So it's super awesome. It's really easy, and like I said, it's tax deductible. So I also wrote a newsletter with not all of them, just a few short testimonies with pictures and stuff like that you can read just to see more of what we're doing. I'll also put the link to our website. And I also will be sending out video newsletters each month, like I did this last year, just to keep you informed of what's happening. If you're a partner with me, I want you to know how you guys are helping me impact the world. So thank you again so much for watching this. If anything, just keep our group in your prayers, because what we're doing is breaking ground, and with that comes a lot of pushback, and the devil's mad at what's happening. And so if I told you the crazy stuff that happens on tour on a daily basis of just stuff we have to get through, you would be shocked. And sometimes I wouldn't tell my mom, because we had some near-death experiences this year on the road. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for even listening to this and watching this, and I hope that you have an incredible rest of the day. God bless you, and talk to you soon.